So you clicked on the link because you want to see a full vlog tour of Colorado Springs via Google Maps. Well, stay tuned. Laurie and I are going to take you around Colorado Springs and highlight and talk you through what our city is like from the perspective of looking at a map.
What's going on? It's Laurie and Kalene here today, and today we are bringing you a ton of new content all about Colorado Springs, the city that we love. So make sure to hit that subscribe button or that bell as we go over a ton of new content this year. If it's your first time to our channel, know that we have clients reaching out to us all the time and we absolutely love it. So give us a call or text anytime. We love making videos, that we like making Colorado your home even more. So anytime, it's us at answer 719-639-3393. Hey everyone, so we are going to bring you a full vlog tour today of Colorado Springs. So if you see any of our other multitude of videos, you know, we're driving around showing you what the houses look like and the area looks like. But today we're going to actually pull up a map and kind of talk to you about the different areas, you know, pros and cons of each area, and kind of drive you through a map through Colorado Springs.
Full vlog tour map style. We are going to do another video to Colorado Springs by drone. And so you'll get actual like drone footage throughout Colorado Springs. This is our map view.
Yeah.
A lot of times we are like, the feedback we're getting is, that's great. We don't know where left and right is, and north and south and east and west. So I feel like we can talk through the map with you and explain. Where do you want to start?
Well, let's just start
at your house. Okay. Since we're here.
Okay, well, so I just want to kind of zoom out and show you. So when we talk about Colorado Springs, you know, this whole, I guess, kind of white area, because if we're on Google Maps, is just where we talk about when Colorado Springs in and of itself. So here's North Monument, up here's Castle Rock and to Denver, and then down south is Fountain and down to Pueblo. And you can see here's the mountain range. So this is all that Pikes Peak. And so we are called the Front Range. And so as you can see, here's Woodland Park, and you drive back in here and you go up here, there's Breckenridge up here and Vail. So we're just on the Front Range of these entire mountain ranges that expand pretty much the whole western part of our state.
The western slope of Colorado. Front Range, like Laurie said, is up and down that I-25 corridor.
And then here's Denver. So when we talk about Denver, we do a lot of real estate in Denver as well. And then we also have teams who are in the western areas of, or central, I should say, of Colorado in and of itself. And you can see all the ski slopes here. So, you know, Keystone, Breckenridge, Vail, Avon. This is the E470. They're having a ton of mudslides. There was closed
I know,
because of all the rain. But this, when we talk about the, here, I'll do it this way. When we talk about, just make you a little dizzy. The Gap Project, you know, that is coming down here from Denver. Once you get to Castle Rock, then they're expanding this by making it 3-4 lanes all the way down. And so it gets a little crazy along that road.
Right now, it's awful. But as soon as the construction is done, it'll be a huge benefit for Colorado Springs and people commuting up to Denver for work.
Right. So let's just start, like Kaylee noted, you know, kind of up here in the northern Briargate area. And so, you know, I live in Briargate. My kids go to school here. I didn't live here the whole time, but I do live here now, obviously. But, you know, this is homes here average probably around $450 to $500. So a higher
What is your
price
zip code
point
here?
80920.
Okay.
So a higher price point, you know, when you get north of Woodman, usually. So this is Woodman. It's a major east-west thoroughfare that runs through our city, but house pricings tend to increase here, and the more north you go, even towards you know, as you head towards Denver, it gets even more expensive.
Yeah, this area here, I'm going to try to zoom in. Air Force Academy. A lot of people are moving here because they're stationed up at the Air Force Academy. Obviously, there's no houses, so a lot of people that are moving here who are working at the Air Force Academy will live kind of down here in Rockrimmon, or they'll start up here in the Woodmore Monument Palmer Lake area for close proximity to the Air Force Academy. So Palmer Lake, I think this is a kind of a fun place to start too. It is definitely like secluded little town of Palmer Lake.
With little lakes in here. It's like right here against the foothills. It's a beautiful area.
It's beautiful. It has like a coffee shop, a restaurant.
Yeah, not huge.
Not even
O'Malley's. What else is there? There's
that ice cream shop.
My kid goes there all
a
the time.
Coffee
He goes with
shop.
his friend.
I mean, it's great for each day. You can see the little blue. That's Palmer Lake right there. And Jersey was up there just the other night. Great hiking. You'll get houses with land.
Yeah,
Any
right
of the houses that are affordable, though, just so you know, they're like teeny little, and you're on dirt roads. Palmer Lake is a smaller town. So typically, if you live in Palmer Lake, you'll grocery shop and survive in Monument.
Survive. Yeah. And so this is, when we go down south here a little bit, this is that Kings Deer area we talked about that has homes that are more on the 2 acres, usually around 900,000, depending plus. But it's more open over here. It kind of looks like a little bit more Eastern Plains. You can see the mountains and the Front Range, but you are a little bit more east.
And it's definitely a golf course community. So you have 2.5 acres, but if you want to park a trailer there, you can't. You have to have it in closed quarters. So you have to build that detached space in the Kings Deer Golf Club. Now, if you come over here to Woodmore, kind of the same thing. There is an HOA. A lot of those homes are in the woods, though, in Woodmore, and kind of along this Highway 105. There's some different areas like Furrow Road. There's a couple homes up here that have no HOA. Woodmore is an HOA, but you're in the woods.
Yeah.
1/2 acre to an acre.
Depends.
Yeah. On a lot of those homes, you can get high 700s in Woodmore all the way up to like 1.2.
Yeah.
But Woodmore definitely is one of those highly sought after areas. And Woodmore is a golf club community. Do they have a pool up there in their clubhouse?
I don't know. I guess we should maybe look into that.
District 38 school district.
Anything. Yeah. So, this is a really sought after area. It used to actually kind of be like a, what do you want to call it? Like a highway stop town. Like all the homes used to be right in this area. And then it's just exploded and kind of, really encompassed the whole Front Range here in northern Colorado Springs.
This is one of my favorite areas. So just south of Monument, this Forest Lakes, brand new homes right around there.
Beautiful homes.
Anywhere from 700,000 all the way up to 1.5 million.
Yeah.
But you can get, they have walk trails around that lake area. I think they're District 38 as well. But Baptist here kind of is a dividing road, kind of like Woodman was, between School District 38 and School District 20.
Yep.
So a lot of those homes then, when you get south of Baptist, it runs into the Glen Eagle area.
Right. And so we've done some videos here on the Fox Run park right here. You can see how large that area is. And so there's homes in here as well that kind of border right in with that Fox Run, which is kind of a cool little neighborhood in and of itself as well. And then Kalene noted this Glen Eagle, and we've done, we've kind of had some drone footage of Glen Eagle and went and had some clients look in that area. It's interesting. It used to be a golf course, and it got developed. It went bankrupt, and it developed. And so you have older homes in here from the 70s and 80s. Mixed in with new builds,
like multi-million,
so it's a really kind of an interesting area as you look into
And then
Glen Eagle.
over here on Struthers right here, there's even luxury townhomes right off of Struthers.
Right. And here's that Northgate area. So as we go a little further south, again, here you're in District 20. If you look at our Northgate video, you can see, the Scrubby Canyon campus is right in this little area. I think I'm kind of in there a little bit, maybe a little bit right there. And that's that K through 12 District 20 campus that we talked about.
Yeah, so Northgate is that road. And then south of Northgate, Flying Horse, And then you kind of
try and zoom
from
in,
Northgate out east is the top of Black Forest.
Yeah.
And so I would say one thing where I think people get a little confused, just maybe looking on a map, that Shoup Road right there,
Right here.
that's all District 20. And then it's like right up
There's another Black
past
Forest.
Northgate, you get into District 49 and District 38.
Oh, like over here.
It's kind of like
and this is 38 up here
an
for
area
schools.
where everything kind of comes together. So if you're looking at homes in the forest, there's 3 different really school districts. Black Forest, I think, is a good, or Volmer even, that road
Right here.
over there that runs
A
north
lot
and
of new
south.
builds are happening over here as well.
Yep. And really, when you go east of Volmore, I would say to get into town, probably 15-20 minutes.
Right. And then if you keep going east, sometimes if you look at our Peyton videos, you'll see, this is that Falcon School District Kalene talked about. Once you get east of that Black Forest Road,
And
you kind of get
Volmer.
into District 49. And so this is that Meridian Ranch. You can see that Meridian Road runs here, but look how far east you are from the Front
Zoom
Range.
back out and you can see on a map it doesn't look that far, but that's a good 20
So you're
30
right here.
minutes into Colorado Springs.
Right. So usually, typically, if you're here, these are a lot of new builds, that golf course community, full plan community. You drive to Falcon and hit this Woodman Road, over, towards Central Colorado Springs if you wanted to get over to that area of town.
When I'm looking at homes, and I'm looking at homes with acreage, I'm going to zoom in here. So you have your little town of Falcon,
Yep.
and a lot of these homes over in this area will have acreage. And further down, if you go all the way out to Peyton, that's like a whole different school district. I don't consider that Colorado Springs anymore. I would say from this road, what is that, Elbert Road,
Yeah.
down south is kind of in this area north of Woodman, where it's hard to get out there to show homes past that.
Yeah. Because you're getting that's a whole other, you get into if you want a lot of land, that's where
you go.
That's where you go, like Kalene indicated. All right, so we talked about Falcon, and then we're going to kind of go, I guess we're just going to work our way down. We didn't really have a full map to this, but I guess we'll just kind of go with what works in, normal order. So this is that Briargate area we talked about. That's where we started. We went up north here to Monument, Black Forest out here, talked about more land, some of that Meridian Ranch development. Here you have some older homes in Briargate. So my home in this area was built from the late 1990s, so 99. And a lot of the homes in this area are from that time period. And so as you can see, Briargate, as it expanded, it went north and just kind of went out a little bit from there. So these are the older homes, I would say, in Briargate.
Well, and west of I-25, in that Briargate area really doesn't exist because you have the Air Force Academy.
Right, there's no homes in this area.
Nope. So you have to go like that line that runs completely across Woodman Road. Really, Woodman on the west side is the top end on that west side of I-25. So that is...
Well, Woodman's kind of funky because it kind of splits and goes up north here.
Yeah.
And then this is that Rock Rimmon area that we talked about. As you can see, Costco's
Rock
here, super
Rimmon.
important.
Well, and that's actually on the east side of I-25. See it there?
Oh yeah, this little.
But there's
Costco's.
a lot of shops on North Nevada where that Costco is. University of Colorado in Colorado Springs is right there
Right here.
in that area. Great place to have an investment property.
Beautiful university. I actually got my master's there. It was teeny when I was there. Now over the last, I'll date myself, 15, 20 years, it really has expanded. Gorgeous views of the Front Range. Their library overlooks the mountains. If you have a kiddo who's thinking of going to college, or you yourself are thinking of going to college, a great campus. It's smaller, probably about 12,000 students, but tons of new programming. They've really grown. Actually, the University of Colorado Springs has actually more land to develop than actually University of Boulder has. So, University of Boulder is usually our flagship campus, but this is that university right here. So a lot of university housing a little bit. It's more of a commuter campus. But you do get some really cool homes that are right in here around these
Yeah,
bluffs.
zoom in there. So that
Hard
green
to see from
area
that
is
map,
like
but Pulpit
parks.
Rock, a lot of biking goes on here. My brother
Yeah.
loves to go biking here.
Anything from like 70s, 80s homes to $1 million
look at
homes.
little things
Look
pop
how
up.
cute. Great little hike right there, but some amazing views up there. Austin Bluffs open space, that it looks
See, there's
real
these
close.
ridges, yeah.
It looks real close in proximity to Pulpit Rock, but in my opinion, that's kind of a drive.
Yeah, it's not like right next door, I guess, like it shows here. But
Yeah.
so and then this is where you get to more central Colorado Springs, I would say. Like, this is the Academy. Academy runs all the way. This is actually an entrance, the south entrance to the Air Force Academy. And then it runs all the way down south, down to Pikes Peak Community College, where you get to like probably one of the last entrance or exits, I would say, on I-25 that I would consider Colorado Springs.
Yeah. Yep. Over here, I'm going to go over here and zoom in. So west or south of that Woodman Road. This area right here is kind of where I live. I live right over here by Saddle Rock, kind of the same sort of thing. Like anywhere from neighborhood homes to homes with incredible views. This right here is Austin Bluffs Parkway. And on the east side of Austin Bluffs, in between Austin Bluffs and Powers, is the Old Farm area that we talk
Right
about
here.
a lot. Village 7 is just south of there.
And it has this open space too. So this is kind of why Old Farm is kind of sought after. We have videos on Old
Yeah.
Farm, and you can see it, Powers is right here, but then there is this open space. So it kind of provides and creates this, I guess farm feel in the center of town in some of those homes.
Yeah. And then Powers is a road that runs completely north and south. You have hospitals there, all sorts of dining and
Tons of retail.
retail.
There's a stoplight here and here and here and here.
Yes.
It's tons of stoplights that go on this area. But if Kalene, like she lives over here, but we have that whole video on Norwood,
Yeah.
which is really cool if you want to check that out.
And then anything east of Powers is very suburbia, in my
It's your
opinion.
classic neighborhoods built in the early 2000s.
You have a lot of
Look
planned
at all
unit
this.
communities with pools and biking or walking trails throughout the neighborhoods. You have Stetson Hills, Banning Lewis Ranch.
Yeah.
Wolf Ranch is just north
Banning
of
Lewis,
Wolf Ranch, right there.
Cordera. These are all District 20. Then you get down here, District 49, and this right here is the entire area just full of houses.
And now, if you're getting down towards Cimarron Hills, a lot of people are living in that area because you are very close to Peterson and Schriever
Right.
Air Force bases.
So here's the Air Force Base vicinity right in this area. You can also see the airport is down here. But Cimarron Hills is full of some older homes, probably from the 70s.
Yeah.
We've had some clients buy in that area. And Platt is used to be like the major road that kind of divided north and south. I would say it's maybe moved up a little bit more. But Platt Avenue has some interesting things on it.
We'll just say it's hit or miss.
Yes, you can take a look first, some of it yourself. So I would never go hang out on Platt Avenue with my children.
No, but what I have to say is if you decide you want to live in an area, like if you're working at Peterson Air Force Base and you don't want to be out in suburbia, you could live downtown. You could live over on the west side. Highway 24 or Platt Avenue, because it turns into the same thing, would be a good road to get you to work each day.
Right.
So there's the airport that you're seeing, and then below the airport, you run into kind of a whole different area of town, I would say. Like this is like Lorson Ranch. You're getting into Security
Yeah, that's even further
Whitefield.
down here. You have Fountain is way down here.
A lot more affordable, but as far as drive time, what would you say? 30, 40
what?
minutes?
Central Colorado Springs or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, so here's Fort Carson. So Fort Carson is, this is that South Academy road that I talked about that came off of I-25. And here's Fort Carson. And so a lot of this is close when you're thinking of living on these bases. Fountain for Carson, a lot of this is a little bit more affordable houses. And, we're doing a video on zip codes. And so this Security Widefield 80911 was one of the fastest growing zip codes in the country in November, just because it's lower price point homes for Colorado Springs. So if you're living in Colorado Springs and, you want to get into that single family, sometimes these homes carry a lower price tag. And then actually the 80916 just got the highest, again, zip code in the country. So Colorado Springs was pulled it twice.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So I have to say 80916.
Just for its affordability.
Hit or miss, though. Like, I would say if you're looking at homes and the zip code's 80916, I would just say Google Earth them, walk through the streets. There's some that's fine. There's some that is less desirable.
And we're pulling all these from websites that we look. So, you can look at all those websites and see. So these are, not based off, our opinions, but, just kind of national rankings that we find on websites. And so this is that Security Widefield area. And then, like Kelly noted, here's Fountain. And here's that Laurie Ranch new builds, probably from, what did you say, mid 400s?
Yeah, probably.
So,
right around there.
So Fountain is down in this area.
And circled this area right here.
Right in
this
here.
is more affordable housing down in Fountain Valley. Like, you can get homes $350. They're usually like ranch homes, probably around 1,500 square feet. Laurie Ranch has more of the new builds down south. You'll hit this area over by Milton Proby Parkway. There's some townhome communities right there. Yeah. Strathmore is like one of those neighborhoods that's just right off I-25. You have to be okay with that sound. But then you come over here to Cheyenne Mountain, and then just north of here is the Broadmoor area. And there are some incredible homes and most incredible views of Colorado Springs. The zoo, if you're visiting, definitely
so here's the zoo.
You want to go check that out.
The zoo is amazing. There's our giraffes. I love our zoo. We just had a baby
she
hippo.
Loves hippos.
It's a boy. It was a boy. My kids.
You saw it that day, didn't you?
I saw its ears from like 12,000 feet away, and I paid like $150 my kids to go see it.
You could buy zoo passes though.
Yeah, they're cheaper. I know I should have done that, but you can just see this is that Highway 115 that goes to the base, but this is that Broadmoor Bluffs area. It's right here off of South Academy. A lot of our clients love this area. Broadmoor Bluffs, you have homes here from...
it's on hills, though.
There are a couple in the 500s we showed the other day.
Wow. Oh,
remember,
yeah.
They're kind of over here. But usually you're talking about 800,000-900,000 to $5 million homes.
Yeah.
And it overlooks, these bluffs are right in your backyard. It's a gorgeous area to live and pretty sought after. And you can see, you get into some of these... Here's that Broadmoor that we talked about. So, 5-star hotel presidents have stayed there. You have beautiful golf resort, spa area. And so it comes right here off of that lake area. So just a really interesting area. You have some of the lowest priced homes in our city in this area and some of the highest priced homes in our city in this area. Actually, one of our clients who just moved here, they bought one for almost $1 million. It was a little bit less, but they're going to put $300,000 in it and transform it. So we are excited to kind of watch and look at that happen.
Well, and I have to say, if you're coming and visiting the area, it seems like, oh, great, go to these hotels right over here.
Remember our client stayed at one, we're like, can you please call us?
Yeah, I have to say downtown, I mean, the Broadmoor, Cheyenne Mountain, great resorts to stay at. I would recommend more hotels downtown or even on the west side of Colorado Springs. I just feel like you get more the feel of Colorado Springs. You can enjoy, oh, look, what's on our map? Denver Biscuit Company.
Oh, yeah, that's on our views,
we like
too.
that place.
New
Olympic Museum.
New Olympic Museum. I'll just kind of pop it up. So it's brand new. It's a gorgeous facility. Kids love it. Everyone loves it. It's really interactive.
An interactive museum. And then if you're looking there and you take Highway 24, which was Platte, and you go even more east of I-25, you kind of get over where it says Red Rocks Open Space. You're in Old Colorado City.
So we talk about the west side a lot, and we talk about, if you want easy access to trails, these are some of your places that you really want to, you can just go out your back door and you have this Red Rocks or Red Canyon open space. Just a gorgeous area to take, see dogs, people taking their dogs for walks, biking, hiking.
There's the picture of it right there.
Yeah. And then you have this Bear Creek Regional Park. Well, that's the Broadmoor Seven Falls. I don't know if there's a picture of this one actually, but gorgeous, huge open space right here as well.
And then you start getting into Manitou. Manitou's a little town, definitely its own feeling. The incline's located there, and really anything past Manitou on Highway 24, you're up a canyon.
Divide. Yeah, it's a pass. It's technically a pass.
I mean, it doesn't look that far on a map, but it really is a jaunt to get to Colorado Springs past Manitou.
Yeah. So older homes here, really Kalene's favorite word, bungalows. Homes built on the...
And there's Victorian homes
there are,
down in Manitou and Old Colorado.
You have to watch structural sometimes because on some of these homes, gorgeous homes. Some of them are in flat, depending on how much you go into the bluffs there. But, this is that Highway 24 major area. Then you have Old Colorado City, and that leads right here into downtown. And so you see Patty Jewett is an older, like one of the golf courses we talked about, but a really quaint downtown. We did videos everywhere, I suppose. But, this is that downtown area. So really downtown.
Go to the Monument Valley Park. We always talk about the Santa Fe Trail. Santa Fe Trail really does run all the way up and down that I-25. And Monument Valley Park is where a lot of the Santa Fe Trail would dump into there. And that's where me and my kids get off at that park and then go downtown for tacos or whatever we want. And then you can get back on the trail and head right back up I-25 or call your husband for a ride home.
That's right. So I was just going to go downtown just for 1 second. So we talked about the Old North End. So the Old North End usually runs off of this cascade. You have Wood Avenue over here. These are multiple millions of dollar homes. They're gorgeous. But
super
historic.
Cool setting.
Yeah.
Well, and it's a whole different lifestyle, I think, down there.
Oh yeah, you can bike to coffee shops, and then our major streets that run through downtown is this cascade, and this is Nevada. And then you can catch the I-25, but majority of our downtown lies right here. In this, I'm just going to zoom in a minute because you can see Tejon Street. I was going to see. Where's Tejon?
The rabbit hole.
There's the rabbit hole, underground thing, underground restaurant, Josh and John's ice cream. But these two streets right here are, the heart of our downtown
for
area.
shopping. Pikes Peak Lemonade's down there.
Yep, and Colorado College. So our private college is down here. So Colorado College is absolutely gorgeous.
I think they call it the Princeton on the
here's my goat patch. I was seeing if they had it. So that's my brewery that I highlighted. So that's up here. But we'll take you back to the west side like Kalene was talking
over
about.
to Garden of the Gods Country Club.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of my other favorites.
So here's the Kissing Camels Golf Club.
Incredible
Look at those views. That's amazing.
Colorado Springs. And if you're here visiting and you want an incredible golf experience, go there. It's so pretty. I love their hotel rooms up there. We'll go up there for a staycation.
Which is fancy.
So pretty. Garden of the Gods Road is another one of those roads that go completely west and east. It bridges over I-25, and Garden of the Gods kind of dies into the Garden of the Gods visitor center, and where you can hike and bike and whatnot. And so some houses right over there, obviously if you're up on the Kissing Camels Golf Club, there's luxury townhomes, multi-million, 1.3 and above to really live up there. But if you go more like this Flying W Ranch in Mountain Shadows, 600,000 plus.
Yeah, so you get a little bit more
affordable. And then over off of Centennial, there's even townhomes and affordable housing
right here.
Over here.
Yep. So actually that Leg Brewery, I know I keep talking about that. They used to have this little teeny place. Have you seen it? They have outdoor. No. It's huge. They're going to have outdoor concerts. And they're,
really?
Yeah, it's huge. It's
and
they
right
just
at
opened.
Garden of the Gods? Huh.
Yeah, it's right in the corner here of Garden of Gods and 30th.
There.
I know. It's supposed to be pretty. People have loved it. So Ute Valley Park, we're getting over here. I'm going to kind of zoom out a little bit so you can orient yourself a little bit. So again, this is I-25. This is that Woodman, that Briargate. And again, here, this is when we look at our Peregrine videos and Rock Rimmon. That's the area we are in right now.
And that green
right here.
space is open space.
Right.
So parks and trails.
Right. And so if you zoom in, you can see that the Woodman, as I was talking about, it kind of goes up here, and you have Rock Rimmon. You
Blodgett
have Blodgett Peak. This is a really great hiking area for people to take advantage of.
Incredible homes up that way.
You have a Walgreens Photoshop right here, which is really amazing. How did that make it? That's maybe
That's funny.
I don't know. Anyways, but these homes, you have a lot of them are kind of on a ridge here. We sold a few homes in this area, but again, this is when we talk about District 20. When you go north of that Woodman, usually that's kind of that line, right? Well, I guess right here. But Ute Valley Park is another gorgeous little area for hiking. And everything. So I think that's kind of the major. I'm going to zoom out a little bit.
We hope we didn't make you guys too dizzy, but we thought it would be nice to kind of show you on a map and give you somewhat of a tour of the Colorado Springs area via Google Maps.
Yeah, I feel like this is a good video to start with. If you really want to get acquainted with our area to kind of understand the layout of the city. And then as we go, you can actually say, oh, okay, I know where Northgate is now. I know where Old Farm is. I know where Broadmoor Bluffs is. And you can orient yourself with the other videos that we do down below specific to each area. I think it's really going to help you get a feel for the city if you kind of navigate our videos using this one maybe as your primary source.
Yeah. And I feel like on maps, even when we go up to Denver and we'll show houses up in Denver, I'm like, oh, it's not that far. And it really, maps do not justify drive times. So if you have specific questions as to drive times, just ask us.
Right. And this is our view. This is why we love our area, because this is the mountain range that we get to look at every day. So if you are thinking of moving to Colorado Springs or have any questions on the area, this is what we do. It's what we love to do. We work well together. We take care of our clients. So reach out with any questions, 719-639-3393, because we'd love to make Colorado your home.